Red Tops this morning.
Now, last year, the mother of an autistic teenager placed 76 giant posters like this one around the country, asking Gordon Brown to call her. She said she could save him more than £500 million a year if he listened to her advice about helping adults with autism find work. Well, he called and they met. And today, the government is launching a new strategy aimed at helping adults with autism to live independently. Good morning to Tommey, who was that mother, and also the founder of the Autism Trust and a consultant to the government on the strategy. Good morning to you. Pleased with this?
Thrilled with it.
Thrilled.
Really, really pleased. Very good start.
So what happened when you met the Prime Minister?
Well, he listened. He listened to all the stories I had to tell him of how people are living in this country with autism. We talked about the huge spectrum that we've got. And this is the problem, is that we've got someone like my son who is in the middle of the spectrum with typical autism, and then you've got someone who is very, very high functioning that's got Asperger's syndrome, and they're all lumped under one umbrella, and we're trying to help them all, and they all need so many different things. But I'm really pleased that the fact they listened and that the strategy is out today.
How many people are affected with, let's strictly speaking talk about autism, or is there no strictly speaking autism? It is the whole spectrum.
Autism, yeah, it's a big spectrum. So, as I said before, you've got the lower functioning, the middle, and then you've got the Asperger's people all together under them. They say it's 1 in 100, although Cambridge did put out 1 in 68. So we don't actually know how many people have got autism, but it's a lot.
But we're talking about millions.
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 Well, they say over 500,000, but yes, affected by autism, millions.
Right. And how do they operate day-to-day life?
Well, again, it's difficult. If you're talking about someone with like my son, he's okay now, but there are people who have 14, 13-year-olds who are still in nappies. They can't do anything. They can't speak. The parents are at their wits' end trying to get them basic health care. And then you've got someone else with Asperger's who just wants to get a job and be understood and be accepted out there in the world that we live in. So it's a really hard thing for the Department of Health to do, to put together a strategy for adults when you've got this huge, different, diverse, massive, great big spectrum.
And only £500,000 of funding, which doesn't
an
sound
awful lot of money. Well,
£500,000
of funding is for training for the public sector, which we so badly need. And it's, yes, OK, it's not very much, but it's a start. And I really hope that we get more money and we get out there. And once we start training these people, they can carry on. It can sort of have an effect that goes on, and we can all keep training and training, because training the public sector has got to be one of the most important things that we do.
So when you say training the public sector, what do you mean?
Well, for people like the doctors. So when you go to see your doctor, the doctor, it's not the doctor's fault. They haven't had any training to deal with a person with autism. And if that child can't speak and can't tell you where its pain is, then how on earth are they supposed to help them? So let's train our GPs. The criminal justice system, they're going to put a lot of money into training, well, I say a lot of money, of the 500,000, into training them, because, we fear that quite a lot of our prisons and young offenders have got people with autism and Asperger's in them, because people don't understand the condition.
The campaign continues.
It does continue. We've got some more billboards going up in a couple of weeks, so watch out for the next step.
Polly, thank you very much for coming in this morning.
Yeah, well done.